I'm Stormy. I'm 22 years old and I'm chasing my dream of being a producer for feature films. I recently graduated from Colorado State University in May, packed up all my belongings, and moved to Florida just 4 days after graduation. It was certainly a little scary to move so far from friends and family into such a polar opposite climate. But if I've learned one thing throughout my journey so far, I've learned that oftentimes chasing your dreams is quite scary and requires a lot of trust and faith that you're doing the right thing. My journey so far has been full of roadblocks and the occasional wrong path. Somewhere between finding my passion in video production during high school and my first day in college, I had wandered onto the wrong path. I spent nearly 2 years working towards a major I did not enjoy until one day while sitting in class, I decided that I had to fix it. I changed my major following my instincts and began studying video again. I immediately could tell the difference and I knew I was in the right place. I joined student media and worked hard over the remaining 2 years to make up for lost time and produce as many videos as I possibly could. It was while working on a video project that a classmate told me about Full Sail, and when I looked into it, it just felt right. I knew right then and there that that was the next step in my journey. I knew that in order to achieve my dream of working on feature films, I would need more specialized training than I would get at CSU. I know that I have a long journey ahead of me and far to go because I have really only just begun. The book Mastery by Robert Greene has been a really great foundation in my journey to mastery. I can really relate to what he's talking about and to the masters he mentions. One master that I can really relate to is Teresita Fernandez. Fernandez always felt like an outsider and used to observe her classmates to see all the rules and conventions that went into being part of various cliques. Despite her understanding of these groups, Fernandez felt alienated and remained on the outside. As she entered college, she was uncertain of her direction in life. She had found an interest and talent for art in high school, but thought it to be too easy and superficial for her. She followed her inclinations and began to take classes in clay sculpting, but felt the same feelings she had in high school. It was then that she noticed some artists working with metal and crafting large-scale pieces. Upon seeing this, she felt some strange connection to the material and knew that this was the medium she was meant to work with. She worked very hard with the metal, working long hours and sculpting all night. In no time at all, Fernandez took control of the medium, creating large-scale sculptures that were displayed across campus. Everyone was impressed by her work, and soon she became the center of attention because she was a female artist in a male-dominant medium. Fernandez knew that she had to craft a persona that was appropriate and wouldn't take away from her work. She chose to remain mysterious throughout her early career. As she grew into a more serious artist, she found that she had to change her persona to be more assertive in order to be taken seriously. She was very successful in crafting an appropriate persona throughout her career, and this played a big part in her becoming a world-renowned conceptual artist in all types of metals. Teresita Fernandez's journey resonates with me the most because, like the industry that Fernandez was in, my desired industry is also male-dominant. I respect her ability to see the world from an outsider's perspective and to be able to craft her persona so perfectly. I can relate to the feeling of being an outsider, and I am sure that crafting a persona will be an important role in my success and ascension to mastery, just as it was for Fernandez. If I could ask Fernandez 2 questions, I would first ask her what advice she has to offer on how to fight the naive perspective and becoming emotional when faced with false judgments. We are all human, and I think that it's incredibly difficult to always maintain composure under public speculation and pressure. My second question I would ask her is, how are you able to always stay one step ahead of the public when crafting your personas? She was always one step ahead and always knew exactly when it was time to change her persona and exactly what it should be. I would love to know how she did this and what clues she was able to pick up on in order to make these changes. Robert Greene discusses 7 deadly realities that have been seen throughout history that can impact one's journey to mastery if they are not paid attention. For me, the biggest threat to my journey, if I am not careful, is envy. In my undergraduate, I would compare my editing skills to others in the class and become discouraged at times that their work was better than mine. This would cause me to think that because I am not as good as them, I might not get a job against such competition. I can't afford to think like that or be scared to pursue my passion and dreams because of others. I just need to work a little harder to master the skills that I may lack in. The second deadly reality that could impact me is passive aggression. I really struggle with procrastination and showing up late. Greene identifies both of these things as low-level passive aggression, and I can really see these things sabotaging my journey to mastery. In the workplace, procrastination will not always prevail, and tardiness is not tolerated.